The most terrifying myths of ancient Egypt. What if I told you that beneath the sands of ancient Egypt lies a world of horrifying myths, tales of vengeance, gods who demand blood, and curses so dark they defy time itself? This isn't the Egypt of glossy travel brochures. Today, we're diving into the spine-chilling legends that haunted even the ancient Egyptians. Stay with me, if you dare. First, the legendary curse of the Pharaohs. According to this myth, disturbing a pharaoh's tomb would unleash supernatural wrath. Death, sickness, and chaos would follow the intruder. This story took the world by storm in 1922 when Tutankhamun's tomb was discovered. Lord Carnarvon, the expedition's financier, mysteriously died soon after. Coincidence? Or a centuries-old curse? Let's explore. Some say the tomb was guarded by inscriptions warning intruders. Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the peace of the king. Spooky, right? But were these just ancient scare tactics? Or could there be a grain of truth? The world first became entranced by the so-called Curse of the Pharaohs when archaeologist Howard Carter opened King Tut's tomb. Weeks later, tragedy struck. Lord Carnarvon, who funded the expedition, died mysteriously from an infected mosquito bite, reportedly on the same day the family dog howled and dropped dead in England. The press had a field day, weaving tales of a deadly curse. Over the years, more mysterious deaths were linked to the tomb, including archaeologists and workers who fell ill under strange circumstances. The eerie pattern begged the question: coincidence or supernatural retribution? Modern science has tried to demystify the curse, suggesting mold or bacteria in the tombs may have caused respiratory illnesses in those who entered. But what about the inscription itself? Was it simply a deterrent? Or did the ancient Egyptians truly believe their gods would protect their eternal rest with supernatural wrath? To the Egyptians, tomb curses weren't just decoration. They were sacred promises. Rituals invoking gods like Anubis, the jackal-headed guardian of the dead, ensured these warnings carried weight. If you were an ancient grave robber, would you take the risk? Did you know there's an ancient Egyptian text that describes gods eating humans? The Cannibal Hymn, part of the pyramid texts, paints a chilling picture of a pharaoh ascending to the heavens by consuming the gods themselves. Imagine a divine banquet where humans were the main course. While historians interpret this as metaphorical, symbolizing power over deities, the idea of divine cannibalism is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. But what if the rituals weren't entirely symbolic? What if? Next, we journey to Deir el-Medina, a village of tomb builders. Life here was harsh, but what terrified residents most weren't the scorching sun or back-breaking labor. It was ghosts. Yes, ghost stories were common, with restless spirits blamed for sickness and misfortune. One record even describes a man complaining to a ghost, asking why it tormented him. It's like the world's first recorded paranormal investigation. And these weren't just local tales. Ghosts were deeply feared, often appeased with food offerings. Think modern horror movies, but set 3,000 years ago. Of all Egyptian gods, Sobek is one of the most terrifying. With the head of a crocodile, this deity was both protector and predator. Sobek symbolized strength, fertility, and chaos, and was believed to control the Nile's waters and its deadly creatures. Worshippers feared Sobek's wrath so much they kept live crocodiles in temples, feeding them lavish meals. But when the sacred crocs died, they were mummified. Yes, mummified crocodiles, thousands of them, were found buried near temples. Imagine living in a world where even a crocodile could demand worship. Now, the myth of Ra's destructive eye. The sun god, Ra, sent his eye, manifested as the goddess Sekhmet, to punish humanity for its disobedience. Sekhmet was unstoppable, a lioness raging across the land, leaving rivers of blood in her wake. The only way to stop her? Ra tricked her by dyeing beer red to resemble blood. Sekhmet drank it, thinking it was human blood, and fell asleep. The tale reminds us that even gods could lose control, turning against those who worship them. Meet Ammit, the Devourer of souls. In the Hall of Judgment, where a person's heart was weighed against the feather of Maat, Ammit waited. If the heart was heavier, Ammit devoured it, condemning the soul to eternal annihilation. Unlike other myths of afterlife torment, Ammit's judgment was final. No redemption, no second chances. To the Egyptians, this was the ultimate fate, worse than death. Betrayal, murder, resurrection. The myth of Set and Osiris is one of Egypt's most famous and darkest. Set, the god of chaos, murdered his brother Osiris, dismembering him into 14 pieces and scattering them across the land. Osiris's wife, Isis, managed to find most of the pieces, but Osiris could no longer rule among the living. He became lord of the underworld, a stern judge of the dead. This myth explained the cycle of life and death, but also painted a terrifying picture of divine vengeance and eternal consequences. Every night, the sun god Ra battled Apophis, a monstrous serpent embodying chaos. This eternal struggle played out in the underworld, where priests chanted spells to aid Ra's victory and ensure the sun would rise again. Apophis was said to swallow the sun, plunging the world into eternal darkness. This myth captured humanity's deepest fear, complete annihilation. Even gods weren't safe from chaos. The Book of Thoth was said to contain the secrets of the universe, but it came with a price. Anyone who read it would be cursed with endless suffering. According to legend, a prince named Neferkaptah found the book, only to lose his wife and son to its curse. His story became a warning. Some knowledge is too dangerous to possess. Are you intrigued? Let your curiosity wander even further. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, and share this journey with fellow seekers of ancient wisdom. Each story unlocked sits on the pyramid of future discoveries. Don't miss out. Join our community where history lovers revel in timeless tales and ask the questions that matter. We would like to extend heartfelt thanks to the scholars, historians, and storytellers who preserve these beautiful myths for future generations. As always, our journey doesn't end here. Stay tuned as we unravel even more ancient mysteries. In the end, what is humanity without its stories? Through myth-making, the past speaks, creating an invisible tapestry of language that shapes societies and informs identities. Embracing such timeless tales connects us to cultures from millennia ago, enriching our present richness through past wisdom. As we close today's chapter, we pose to you, what myths resonate most within your life? How do these tales connect with your experiences or spark your imagination today? Drop a comment below and continue this conversation. What's fascinating is how myths transcend mere fantasy, shaping ethical frameworks and imparting eternal lessons. They transform archaic fears into tools of cultural preservation and integrity, wrapping historical truths within splendid narratives. In today's chaotic world, myths encourage introspection, serving as ancient echoes, reminding us to navigate modern trials with the wisdom passed down through generations. What's your take? Do you see modern parallels in these tales? In the grand tapestry of human creativity, Egyptian mythology threads through literature, film, and visual arts. From graphic novels to blockbuster hits, these stories offer vibrant adaptations that honor, they rejuvenate, the pulse of ancient Egypt. Where myth meets reality, archaeology shines a light. From unearthing sarcophagi to deciphering tomb inscriptions, archaeology grounds our mythic tales, confirming fascinating details once brushed aside by skeptical minds. Symbols such as the Ankh, the scarab, and the Eye of Horus abound across mythology, rich in meaning. Reflecting protection, renewal, and life, these icons transcend disciplines, invoking reverence amidst transcendental storytelling. Through anthropological lenses, myths unearth human narratives, offering profound insights into ancient psychologies and societal norms. These tales didn't just entertain, they instructed, bridging the then and now. Educators today enrich curriculums with myths, creating imaginative touchpoints connecting students to rich histories. Mythic storytelling not only captivates students, but fosters critical thinking through moral exploration. Hollywood loves a good epic, and what could be more epic than Egyptian mythology? It pulses through countless stories, from fantasies of living mummies to heroic quests, always ready to entertain and deepen our wonder. Ancient Egyptians wouldn't passively consume myths like TV. These stories were lived experiences embedded in daily life, worship, and governance. Moreover, their participation molded them into guardians of tradition and spirituality. Our voyage doesn't end with today. Prepare to dive into future subjects, tombs untold, mysteries unsolved, and the ancient wisdom archived within forgotten worlds. What legends lie beyond the next turn, waiting to awaken in our collective imaginations? Remember, every myth holds a grain of truth wrapped in vibrant fantasy, and in every fantasy lies the promise of adventure. Until next time. Please share, like, and subscribe for more stories, and see you next time.